So, what is the difference between sexual chemistry and emotional compatibility? So, the big difference between sexual chemistry and sexual attraction and emotional connection is one is all about sex and the other is all about I want to get to know this person, but there's a possibility of sex. So it's really where the focus is. If it's total fireworks from the beginning and you don't really care anything about the person, you just want to get into bed with them, that's sexual attraction. That's to do with chemistry and hormones and pheromones and all the biological aspects of our being that have really nothing to do with compatibility. Emotional connection and compatibility have more to do with wanting to know about the person for who they are, not naked, but actually when they've got their clothes on. And when you're actually engaging with someone that you have a strong emotional connection with, you tend to want to know everything about them, and you may even be evaluating, not necessarily consciously, but subconsciously, how they might fit in your world for the long term. So you'll be like looking at pretty much everything they say and giving them a point or a minus because you are thinking about, again, not necessarily consciously but subconsciously, whether or not this person's ideas and goals and hobbies and values and history fit and align with what you believe subconsciously is your ideal in a mate. And the best place to be is somewhere in the middle. So if you're only thinking about sex, that's not necessarily a really good thing. From all the couples, the happy couples that I've interviewed over the years who've been together for like at least 10 years or longer, 90% of the women were not initially hugely sexually attracted to their male mate, whereas it was actually the opposite for men because, of course, men are a lot more visually stimulated, so they tend to put up with a lot more of everything else because they are sexually attracted right away. And all these people say, they're with their best friend. So what I always tell women is that don't give up on a guy right away unless you're completely repulsed by him. Like if there's even a glimmer of maybe, then you want to get to know the person. But at the same time, for guys, you need to know that this is how a woman operates. So just because she's going to go out on a second, third, or fifth date with you doesn't automatically mean that she's sexually attracted the way you are. Like, as you know, if you go out on a second date with a girl, it's because you know you want to sleep with her. Whereas for women, it's not that's not the case. She will go out on a second, third, or fourth, or even fifth date sometimes because she's on the fence. And there hasn't been any red flags that have caused her to want to go away or to be turned off by you. So even though it might take a little bit longer than what you would like it to take to get to the physical aspect, just because she's not getting physical right away doesn't mean she's not interested in you. And in fact, if you are looking for a long-term relationship, that's a healthy sign that she's actually evaluating you as a potential long-term mate. If a woman is instantly turned off by you, by either your appearance or your personality or whatever, she's not going to go on those extra dates. She might go on a second date, but you're probably not going to get past a second date if there's no chance of it happening. So you just have to, okay, now you're saying, well, how do I deal with that? Well, you do watch for signs of attraction and you do watch for signs that she wants to be kissed. I've done other videos on that. So look for those, but just kind of go at her pace, but watch for the signs. And especially initially, you do need to make sure that there is sexual tension there. Again, I've also done videos on that, so watch for those. And you need to escalate. Otherwise, you have to be prepared to go into the friend zone forever if you don't keep the sexual tension in there. So what's the difference between being friends with a girl and being lovers? Sex, of course. So you need to be able to keep that sexual tension there, either by touching her or a little bit of innuendo or winking. You want to treat her a little bit in a way like a lover, not a sister, or like a bro or whatever. So that eventually, when she does decide that, yeah, she thinks that you might really might have potential for a long-term partnership, that she also feels like you are leading her into the sexual part of the relationship right away, because you need to be able to know that there is that sexual chemistry from kissing. Kissing reveals a lot, and so you will need to take the lead as the signs show up. And again, watch some of my other videos on signs that she does want to be kissed and how to initiate so that you can sort of bring out the signs or like avoid going in for it if it's not going to happen or if she's not ready for it. The best place to be is where you're both sexually attracted and you're compatible. So you also need to figure out your deal breakers and deal makers, because if the sex is great, you're going to ignore the red flags and then you're just headed for trouble. So be a little bit selective and then you can have a happy relationship. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, comments, feedback, please write it in the comments below, and please share, like, subscribe, hit the bell, hit that bell. I know you want to. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And sexual chemistry and what?